Welcome back, everybody. Listen, after a mild fall, this week shows how fast and how cold it can get in western New York. And if your insulation is not up to snuff, you're feeling that cold this morning, and you're paying for it, too. Ivy Lee can help. Mike Washington is back with some great information. Hi, I'm Mike. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you so much. You have brought a house that looks like it is not very well insulated.
We brought this as a demonstration purpose, and really talking about common air leak paths. That's really the big thing with insulation and air sealing. You have to be able to air seal a house properly and then properly insulate it.
Okay.
So when we're talking air sealing, we're trying to figure out where the air paths are in the house. They're starting low. Air is coming in at the rim joists, coming through vents, coming through any penetration in the house, vents that are coming through for ductwork, or they're coming through for hot water tanks or furnaces, and then obviously through windows, through doors.
Your bathroom fan?
Yeah,
I mean, everything that's sucking air out.
Yes,
your fireplace?
The bathroom fan is coming down. The fireplace is a great one. And then any other places on the top plane of an attic where the hot air, the heated air that you paid for to heat is escaping now around more vents again, getting up into the attic, around light bulbs, any ductwork that could be up in the attic, or chaseways from the basement all the way through the attic that air is moving.
Now, I want to stop you here because we're going to have a quick true and false with the audience. It's true or false? Most homes do not have enough insulation, including the brand new ones. True or false? That's true.
That is true.
They only put in enough to make code, and code is the minimum of what you should have.
Code is the minimum, and the air sealing piece is the biggest one. If you can control the air movement in the house with adding the proper amount of insulation, you significantly reduce your electric and your heating bills to a point where it will pay for the improvements.
Right.
It's incredible to really do the math. I mean, most houses today are under insulated, and not air sealed. So the idea is with the air sealing that most homes out there, if you add up all the gaps, the cracks, all the crevices that air is escaping from the house and coming in, it's like having a window open year-round.
Amazing.
And it's impossible to efficiently heat or cool a house with a window open. Everyone knows that. And every house is the same way.
And you can tell by your comfort level. If you're uncomfortable, you keep going up to the thermostat, you're turning it up, you're turning it down, that's telling you something. You also probably haven't had the right mix of humidity in the house, getting shocks from the rug. These are all things that are telling you that there's something out of balance here.
Yes, and there's a ton of different ways we can help you. The air sealing is number one, and then look at the insulation. Then the other things we're going to look at is the furnace, the heating components in the house, the hot water tanks. The thermostat in the house is a huge one. We'll go through and show some examples of ways to improve. In this application here, we actually use spray foam. Now, spray foam is a two-part insulation, and it also is an air sealer all in one. So this is going to be like your Cadillac. This is the best insulation on the market today.
No bugs are getting through that, I'll tell you.
No bugs, no drafts, no insects. It actually even quiets the outside. There's no noise transmission. There's no noise transmission. Now,
Mike, if you wanted to finish this, can you just put drywall over this and finish this and live in there?
This product here was actually sprayed in and expands past the studs. In this picture here, you can actually see it was shaved. Okay. And then up here where it's a little bump here, it's not shaved in that area. It just needs to be shaved where the framing members are, where we're going to put drywall over this. There is a vapor barrier that we're going to put over this for permeating, again, to help control the moisture movement in the house, and to install it properly. So then you can put your drywall right over this.
This upper level will be as cozy as the main floor.
Yes,
with this insulation, for sure.
That's the best.
Right.
It
and
really
you're going to pay for a house, you might as well live in every square foot of it, right?
This application, this is an attic now. Now this is cellulose insulation. Basically what that is recycled newspaper. It's a green product. You add some boric acid to it. Basically what that does is a fire retardant.
Yes.
This is impossible to catch on fire.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? It's made out of old newspapers.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Yes, it is true. This gets blown in. Before we do this, we air seal all the crevices underneath, any wires, penetrations, heating ducts, anything that could transmit air through it, we're going to air seal. Now that's going to be like a one-part foam. We use like Great Stuff, something like that, that comes right out of a little can through our guns. We spray that up, and then we're going to load our insulation on top. The minimum in code today is an R50. Okay, so most attics we go into is not even close. Yeah, they're pushing R20, R25. The problem is that it says R25 in the insulation, and most of it is fiberglass today. The problem is there's tons of air movement through it, and the way fiberglass works, it's relying on dead air pockets. The problem is with the air moving through it, you might as well have no insulation there. So it significantly reduces. You might be at an R10 or 12.
I'm not even sure how we came upon fiberglass as something to use for insulation.
Yeah, rock wool was before fiberglass. Fiberglass came along, and it does work. We still install fiberglass in some applications. If it's air sealed properly, you can use fiberglass. It is a good R factor. It works as long as there's no air movement coming up and through.
Now let me ask you a question. Will this settle?
This will settle over time. So when we install, like if we're installing a 12-inch, okay, that will get to us an R50. Typically, we're going to leave the existing insulation that's already there. So if you had an R20, we air seal, and then we put another 50 on top of it. We'll get to between R60 and 70 in real world. And that's the other thing to know about, too. When you are looking at insulation and you see in a package that says R20, R19, R30, whatever that is, that's in a laboratory, in a confined space.
In a perfect world.
Yes, in a perfect space. And guess what? We don't live in a perfect world. So once you get out there, if that install is not done exactly perfectly, which nothing is, then you're significantly reducing the R value that you actually purchased.
And like you say, this is an attic. This is not a space where people are going to walk around.
Yes, you're not going to walk around in this.
Leave that, right?
Yes, exactly. That's you're never going to walk around in that. Again, this is some more spray foam. This is up in an attic in a crawl space area here. You'll see that this part actually got shaved. Again, and when you see it bumpy, it did not get shaved. They were planning to put some drywall on these walls when we were all done. We were just insulating this house. Again, spray foam, air sealed everything, plus got the right R value.
Now, if the owner didn't want to do that, you can do that too.
Oh, sure.
You can refinish it any way you want.
Refinish, pull all the permits, the electrical, everything. This is another good spot to put spray foam in. Now, this is the foundation wall. Okay, so at the top of the foundation, something called the rim joist between the top of the foundation and the bottom of your floor. These are floor joists here, and this is the subfloor for the first floor. So the spot between the top of the foundation and the bottom of the floor joist, that rim joist area is a huge leak point in a house. That lets 50% of the air in because there's no insulation there, and even if there is insulation there, there's fiberglass there, and the wind is rushing through there on a very windy day. Does two things. It's going to give you the air sealing quality of the spray foam, so now no air can blow through there, plus it's going to give you R value.
It's going to keep the spiders down there. Just saying.
And that's also something interesting to look at. You see cobwebs here? That's something to know. If you see cobwebs, the reason a spider puts a cobweb because air is moving there. So if you ever see cobwebs in your basement, which everyone has, the reason it's there is because that spider knows there's some air movement there, and eventually they're going to catch something. So it's something to look for. Yeah, it's something to look for.
I never thought I'd want to know anything about spiders, but that's good to know.
Yeah, and it's a good application. Like, obviously there were spider webs all through here, and we spray foamed. You clean those all out, they should never come back because you'll have no air movement.
Well, and don't forget too, that means not just, as Mike was saying, pests, but pollen. A lot of people having problems with allergies, dust,
air quality.
Of course, pests entering the home. Better humidity control, lower chance for ice dams up on the roof when you improve your insulation. And Mike, on your website, you can talk to people about saving money doing this.
Yeah, we can talk so many different ways about saving money. In this application here, this was a new boiler that went in.
I was going to say, that instant hot water.
Yeah, this boiler for the home, and it also does domestic hot water. You see all the different valves that are here. There's different applications going on there. Yeah, kind of. And realistically, this is a direct vent coming in and out, so it's bringing combustion air in. Again, you can never have a CO issue with that. It's all sealed combustion. That is a great application in that home for that boiler.
Fantastic. And of course, when you're working on improving your efficiency, you also can do that with your air conditioning units as well. So install a programmable thermostat. Listen, Mike can help you with doors and windows too. Get more great advice and money-saving ideas from the Ivy Lea Construction website. And here it is, ivyleaconstruction.com. Give them a call right now, 875-8654. Mike and the staff do work in this weather.